Hey guys, I hope you're all having a great day today. Welcome to my channel. My name is Nori, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing the Huda Beauty Ruby Obsessions eyeshadow palette right here. I'm also going to be creating a makeup look with it. I got this adorable little palette in my Boxycharm base box for December. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay guys, here's a closer look at the palette. We get a total of 9 eyeshadows in this palette. 4 are shimmers and 5 of them are mattes. And there's really a nice range of colors in my opinion that you can create a very red look or an everyday look. And here are the swatches. They are super duper pigmented. Honestly, I was very impressed with how nicely they swatched. But here's an idea of how they look on my skin. Okay guys, let's get into the tutorial. The first thing I'm going to do is prime my eyelids using the NYX eyeshadow base in the shade white. And I'm just using my fingers to blend this all over my lids. Taking a fluffy shading brush, I'm going to dip into that coral shade at the bottom right there. And I'm going to apply this all over my transition area and my crease. This eyeshadow honestly was a lot more pigmented than I expected it to be. I was first just applying it as a base and I was looking to build it up more. But I didn't need to build it up too much because it was very pigmented. And again, I'm just applying this all over my crease. And then I'm going to start to drag the shadow a little bit higher on my lid. As you can see, I really took my time blending that shadow and making sure that it looks really nice. And now that I'm satisfied, I'm going to go and use this Morphe crease brush and dip into that beautiful burgundy shade. And I'm going to use this kind of brush because I'm going to create my outer shape, the outer V shape. And I'm going to take that small tip and then I'm just going to kind of create an eyeliner effect. And I'm going to bring that outwards and then upwards and into my crease until I like the way that it looks. We're first just creating the shape and then we'll be, of course, filling it in with more shadow. Now I'm just taking my time, adding more eyeshadow and making sure that my crease is nice and defined. And I'm also going to make that shape go up higher a little bit more because when I close my eyes, I don't want my shadow to be lost. I want it to be noticeable. And I have pretty hooded eyes, so I just want to make sure that I extend that shape up a little bit higher. And I'm going to take my time doing that and also filling in color around the outer part of my eyes. Okay, now I'm going to go back with that shading brush and I'm going to go back into that coral color and I'm going to use this as a blending shade and I'm just going to blend out the edges of the shadow that I just applied just to make sure that it looks really nice. Now using my small finger, I'm going to dip into that beautiful shimmer. It's kind of like a coral gold color. And I'm going to apply this to the inner part of my lid. just because I want some light on this area where we are going to use a red shimmer, but I wanted some of this on the inner part of my lid. And I'm using my finger first, and of course I'll perfect the application later. But for now, I'm just using my finger just for the initial application. Then I'm using the same finger that I cleaned off to dip into that amazingly beautiful burgundy shimmer. It's more of a burgundy, it's not just red, it's a burgundy shimmer. And I apply that directly onto my center lid, and then I'm going to go back in with a small brush, a small lid brush, and I'm going to just perfect the application of that burgundy shimmer all over my lid. And I'm just going to bring it up a little bit higher, focusing it on the center of my lid. And I'm just going to clean off my crease brush using my color switch, and I'm going to dip into that beautiful purple shimmer, and I'm going to apply this shimmer to my crease just because I was missing some contrast in the look today. And I'm first just going to apply the color very gently because I wasn't sure how dark it would be, and then I'm going to slowly blend it out. But for now, I'm just applying that very gently to the outer part of my eye, and then blending it upwards and into my crease. I was very impressed with how this shimmer performed for being a shimmer. It really blended nicely, and I'm just dragging the color outwards a little bit, sort of creating a shadow between that first burgundy color and that shimmer. And I'm just still blending it to make sure that I have enough smokiness going on in my look, and also that it looks nice and seamless. Then I'm going to go back into that coral shade, and I'm just going to use this to blend out the edges of my shadow everywhere, just to make sure that everything looks nice and clean. Now I'm going back with that burgundy shimmer and applying it to my lid, just because I lost a little bit when I applied that dark shimmer, and I just want to make sure that this is at the center of my lid and the main focus of the look. And I'm just using my small brush to blend it out nicely. Then I'm going to use my crease brush to sort of marry that dark shimmer and that red shimmer together so that everything looks nice and put together. Then I'm going in with a clean blending brush and going into that top cream color. And I'm just going to use this to clean up the look, sort of like an eraser. Now I'm using the small lid brush that I use for the shimmers, and I'm going to dip into that matte burgundy shade, and I'm going to apply this to my lower lash line. I liked to use this one because it has some shimmer on it still, and I just wanted some of the shimmer to be applied to my lower lash line, but I wanted to show up nicely, so I went with the matte burgundy color and sort of applied them together with the leftover shimmers that were already on the brush. And I just wanted to kind of smoke out the look a little bit. And now I'm just applying that beautiful like coral champagne shimmer to the inner corner of my eyes. And now I'm going to finish off the rest of my makeup, and I'll be back to show you guys the final look. Okay guys, so this is the final look. This is how it turned out. I really am very surprised by this palette in a way that you wouldn't expect. It performed really nice and I expected it to perform nicely, but some of the shadows are a lot more versatile than I expected them to be. Like I initially thought this was going to be very plain, and that turned out to be nicely pigmented, whereas this right here, this up here, was really nice and blendable, and I think you could definitely get it to be very dark, but the way I applied it, it was not too intense. But I think because I blended it out nicely. And this right here also really surprised me because it's more purple. Well, I see some purple and gold glitters in it, but you get hints of like a smoky black, right? And that's what I have on the outer here, and I just really am impressed with the way it performed because it moved nicely. A lot of the times shadows like this one right here, they're so glittery that wherever you place them, that's where they stick. But no, it really moved nicely, and I was able to blend that out into another position if I needed to. So I'm very impressed with this. And also because I wanted to play with red, and the look ended up not turning out a super duper red, but I'm happy with that, which is what I'm trying to say. I think what I really mean is that this palette was a lot more wearable than I thought it would be. It's so gorgeous and beautiful, honestly. The shimmers performed nicely, and I totally love it. And I would definitely recommend it to others. I like the contrast between the shimmers, the smokiness. For some reason, I've been really into smokiness lately. I wasn't always into smoky eyes, but I don't know, like color and then making it a little bit smoky with this kind of glitter here. Oh, I just love that lately. But anyway, I think that's the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching if you made it to this part. I hope that you enjoyed the rest of your day, and give it a big thumbs up for me if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe before you go, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.